Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater are allegedly calling it quits. Their relationship has been controversial from the jump, and now insiders are saying their wedding plans are completely off and that things have gotten toxic between them. This is the couple that caused a massive scandal when they got together, and now it looks like it's all falling apart right before the release of Wicked for Good. The timing? Very interesting. The details? Messy. Before we dive into all the drama, hit that like button and subscribe because we're about to break down everything: the relationship troubles, the awards show drama, why Ethan is allegedly drowning in Ariana's world, and what this means for the Wicked press tour. Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts. Okay, so here's the tea. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's wedding plans have been completely called off, and their relationship has reportedly become toxic. According to sources, at one time they discussed marriage, but that is no longer on the table. They fell head over heels in love when they first hooked up, but those days are over. Another insider got even more specific, saying what they have going is more than a little toxic, but they're keeping it together for now. Here's the kicker. Sources are saying they've been on and off for most of this year. Like, their relationship has been a roller coaster of breakups and makeups behind the scenes while they've been trying to keep up appearances publicly. The couple hasn't been spotted together in public since April 2025. That's 6 months with no sightings, no photos, nothing. And for a couple that used to be all over each other at award shows and red carpets, that's telling. The most recent drama? Ethan was noticeably absent from the MTV VMAs in September, where Ariana won 3 awards. And get this, while he did post an Instagram story of her acceptance speech, he didn't include any congratulatory message, just reposted the video. Fans noticed immediately. Sources say they had a huge argument just days before the VMAs, which is why Ethan didn't attend. They apparently made up shortly after, but insiders say they've both been running hot and cold with each other. The source added something really interesting. The infatuation has worn off, some of the novelty, so they're having to decide what's left. Maybe she sees something that goes beyond the crush, but if there's nothing more than what there was, it won't last. Yikes. That's basically saying their relationship was built on infatuation and scandal, and now that the excitement is gone, there might not be anything real underneath. Let me take y'all back because understanding how we got here is important. Ariana and Ethan met on the set of Wicked back in 2022. At the time, Ariana was married to Dalton Gomez, and Ethan was married to his high school sweetheart Lily J, with whom he had a 1-year-old son. In July 2023, news broke that Ariana and Ethan were dating. This came literally days after Ariana's split from Dalton was announced, and while Ethan was still technically married to Lily. The internet went crazy, calling Ariana a homewrecker. Their reps insisted they didn't get together until after both were separated from their spouses, but the timeline was sketchy enough that people weren't buying it. Ethan's ex-wife, Lily J, later wrote a scathing personal essay calling the situation a darkness that she struggled to escape as she tried to accept the sudden public downfall of my marriage. She said she was blindsided by the whole thing. So, right from the start, this relationship was controversial and messy. They were dealing with divorce drama, a baby involved, public backlash, and being called homewreckers. But for a while, they seemed committed to proving everyone wrong. They were all over each other at award shows, Ariana posted him on Instagram, they did the whole Wicked press tour together looking loved up. Back in December 2024, sources were telling Entertainment Tonight that they thought each other was the one and that marriage was definitely in their future. Fast forward less than a year, and now those plans are reportedly dead. What changed? Well, according to insiders, a lot. So let's talk about what's allegedly causing all these problems, because there are multiple factors at play here. First, there's the fame disparity. Ethan is a Broadway actor, successful in his own right, but not at Ariana's level at all. Ariana is a global superstar with sold-out arena tours, #1 hits, Oscar nominations, the whole 9 yards. Sources say Ethan is struggling hard to keep up with the circus of Ariana's life. One insider said, he sometimes wonders if he should have stayed in his quieter world. The contrast is brutal. Another source got even more detailed. He loves her, but he's drowning in the circus of her life. He's used to a controlled Broadway stage, not sold-out arenas screaming for every move. Even when he's home, he's mentally halfway through the tour or rehearsals. It's exhausting just watching him try to keep up. That paints a pretty clear picture. Ethan bit off more than he could chew. He left his stable marriage and quiet life for this whirlwind romance with one of the biggest pop stars in the world, and now he's realizing what that actually means. There's also the co-parenting factor. Ethan has a young son with Lily J, and he's trying to balance being present for his kid while also keeping up with Ariana's insane schedule. That's gotta be incredibly difficult. Then there's Ariana's priorities. She's been heavily promoting Wicked Part 2, and she has a tour coming up next year. Her career is booming right now. Sources say her priorities have shifted, and even after Wicked is released, it's unlikely that's going to change. One insider noted, the infatuation has worn off, and now they're realizing there might not be enough substance to keep the relationship going long-term. There's also been tension around public appearances. Remember, Ethan skipped the VMAs because they had that fight. That's a major red flag when your partner won't support you at one of the biggest nights of your career. And here's something interesting insiders are saying. They might be trying to keep it together just long enough to get through the Wicked for Good press tour and release. The movie comes out November 21st, and they don't want their personal drama to overshadow the film. So basically, they might be faking it for the cameras until the movie drops, and then we could see an official split announcement. Let's be real, this relationship has never escaped the controversy of how it started, and that's definitely playing a role in how it's ending. When they first got together, Ariana was absolutely dragged online. People called her a homewrecker, said she'd destroyed Ethan's family, accused them both of having an affair. It was brutal. Ariana's team went into overdrive trying to control the narrative, but it was hard to shake when the timeline was so suspicious and Lily J was out here writing essays about being blindsided. Then, Ariana released her single, Yes and, which many people interpreted as her response to the backlash. The lyrics basically said she doesn't care what people think and she's gonna do what she wants. That didn't help her image. The backlash affected Ethan too. He went from being a beloved Broadway actor to being known as the guy who left his wife and baby for Ariana Grande. That's not a great reputation to have. And throughout all of this, there's been a baby involved, Ethan's son, who was barely 1 year old when all this went down. People have been very protective of that child and critical of both Ariana and Ethan for how they handled the situation. So even if their relationship had been solid, they were starting from a place of public scrutiny and controversy. That's a lot of pressure on any couple, let alone one that formed in such a messy way. Now that the relationship is reportedly falling apart, people online are saying, "I told you so," and bringing up all the predictions that this wouldn't last. There's not a lot of sympathy for either of them because of how they got together. So where do they go from here? Well, according to insiders, we probably won't hear anything official until after Wicked for Good is released on November 21st. Both of them have too much professionally riding on this movie to let their personal drama become the story. They need the focus to be on Wicked, not on their breakup. Sources are suggesting they'll continue to keep it together publicly, meaning they might still do joint press appearances, might still post supportive messages, might still pretend everything is fine until the movie is safely in theaters and has had its opening weekend. After that, all bets are off. We could see a breakup announcement, or they could just quietly drift apart without any official statement and let people figure it out. For Ariana, this would be another high-profile relationship ending. She's been engaged multiple times, married once, and has had several public relationships that didn't work out. This would just be another chapter in her complicated love life. For Ethan, this is potentially devastating. He left his wife and the mother of his child for this relationship. If it doesn't work out, he's lost his family for nothing, and his reputation has taken a major hit that might never fully recover. There's also the question of how this affects their friendship and working relationship. They still have to promote Wicked together, and if there are future Wicked projects, they might have to work together again. That's gonna be awkward if they're broken up. All right, y'all. So that's everything we know so far about Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's relationship reportedly falling apart. Wedding plans canceled, things getting toxic, haven't been seen together in months, and insiders saying the infatuation has worn off. This is a relationship that was controversial from day one, and now it looks like it's ending just as messily as it began. Whether they officially announce a breakup or just quietly drift apart, it seems clear that what they had is not what it used to be. What do you think? Did you see this coming? Do you feel bad for either of them? And most importantly, how do you think this is going to affect the Wicked for Good press tour? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know y'all have opinions on this one. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because this story is still developing and will keep you updated. Until next time.